With Splinterlands' 7-year anniversary in full celebration mode and the recent release of Conclave Arcana, the game's newest set, I've been seeing some new players around in chat and in-game. So I thought it would be nice to ask one of them their feelings, what they have found out about the game after playing for a little while. So in this episode, we're going to cover the top 5 things that a new player who's played for about a month likes about the game, and conversely, the top 5 things that they've had problems with. So if this sounds interesting to you, please stand by. Hey, all you Splinterheads, welcome back. Once again, this is Bronze Dragon coming at you saying thanks for dropping by. As always, I appreciate your time. Please leave a like on the video if you like this kind of content. If you don't, why are you watching? And please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, appreciate it. Okay, so I thought this was an interesting topic because myself, I've been playing Splinterlands for a little bit over 4 years now. And when you get ingrained into a hobby or something, a topic, it's easy to lose oversight of what the new player experience, so to speak, is. So there's a system in the game called the Ambassador Program. It's like a referral link, okay? So in case you didn't know, if you want to start playing Splinterlands, you can use my Ambassador code in the show notes. But basically what that does is it gets you up and running. You can start in the game. You can play for free for a little while. Once you decide if you want to continue playing the game, then you do what's called buying a spell book. It's $10. It gets you a lot of good benefits. It gets you some free card packs. It gets you some cards to use in the game to get up and running, start playing. It gets you some SPS staked in game to start earning as well. So it gets you several benefits for $10. It's a pretty good value. But myself, as a person that puts my code out there, I started seeing some people using it, and I saw somebody buying the spell book, and they started pinging me on Discord with random questions, okay? Just new user type questions. So I'm cool. We'll answer them. I'll answer them if I can. If I can't, I'll find an answer for you. And if it's interesting enough, I'll do a video like this on it. So I'm not going to mention their name because this is not a call out. I just asked them to jot down the top 5 things they've had fun with or enjoyed in the game thus far, and they've been playing for about a month now, and top 5 problems that they've run into or maybe barriers or something like that. So I thought it would be interesting to look at it, so let's dive in. Okay, first of all, I thought I would start out with the likes or pros that they had. So the top one, and these aren't ranked in any way or anything. This is just the list of 5 they gave me. So the top one, matches are quick to start and complete. Easy to play rounds while also doing other activities. This is true. In this game, unlike other games where you have to use heavy strategy and play each round manually, this is once you pick out the cards and their order, then the game plays through it. And each round is, over within a minute or two, a few minutes, probably not more than 3 or 4 minutes. And you can speed up the match, or you can slow it down because once you click that play, then the match is decided. And you can skip through it if you want, just see who wins, or you can watch through it slowly so you can see what your cards are doing, how the powers are taking effect, and etc. So you can devise strategies, or you can just speed it up if you're just interested in seeing who wins. But he's completely right. Each round doesn't take that long. Second item, a variety of play styles, formats to earn while playing. Okay, so there's a few ways that you can play the game. Okay, so we have modern. Modern battles encompass the 2 newest sets of cards from Splinterlands. Splinterlands is play very much like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon, different other card games. One of the ways they differentiate which cards can be used in each battle is by classifying either modern, wild. Some other card games have a number of other different types of leagues you can go. But in this case, modern means the 2 newest sets of cards and their reward cards that go along with them. So in this case, modern would be Conclave Arcana and Rebellion, along with the appropriate rewards cards that goes with those. Now, when you switch over to Wild, just like it sounds, it is Wild. Let me skip back and mention that in Modern, there is no seasonal fee to play. okay? And in Modern, you cannot use bots, okay? The only bots that will be in Modern will be liquidity bots, which are run by the company, and this is these only come into play when there's not enough people online at that time to play you when you want a match. Then a liquidity bot should kick in. So now, Wild, just like it sounds, you can play any card in the game ever produced, okay? But generally speaking, there is a 2,000 DEC fee to play each season. And you can use bots. Like I use the Archmage bot, okay? Some people have their personal bots. There's Xbot. There used to be some other ones. But you can use bots to play in Wild, which I let my account, both of my accounts being played by Archmage, to use up my energy on a daily basis because I don't have a lot of time to sit down and play cards. Now, my personal play, I do play in my brawls, and I have also been playing a few matches every day in Modern just to kind of get some new Modern action going. But that's Wild. All the cards are available, but there's a fee to play on a seasonal basis. Next up is Survival Mode. Now, this mode is currently offline. They're working on it. It was up for a while. They got basically a good set of, they let people play it for a while, and they got a good set of data to work off of. And I think there's some changes that they're going to put into it. And now, where Survival Mode differs is Survival Mode, if you get beat, your cards go into a cooldown period, depending upon which cards get beat in your hand. And the lower the level or the lower the BCX, the longer the cooldown period. I'm not going to get into this because you can look up the details, but basically this is a mode that benefits people with large collections because they can field a lot of battles with all their cards. So this gives value to people actually buying cards in the ecosystem. You can field more battles, but you have to wait for those cards if they're beat to go on cooldown. So that is Survival Mode, currently offline. Now, while we're here, it's worth mentioning because these are two items that are relatively new to the game, but there's two other modes you can play. You can play in training over here, which just as it sounds, you can go in and you can pick your practice match. So this doesn't cost you energy. You can play with the cards that are available there, and you can play around and get practice matches in just like you would think. You're not going to earn anything on them, but it's a good way to learn the game. So we got practice mode, and you have challenge mode, which is exactly like it sounds, like practice, except for you can challenge other people. So once again, get practice in, play around with all the cards, maybe test out some cards, some ideas you have before actually buying them off the market. So those are two other modes, basically to get practice in or challenges in without earning. Next up, they said, learning about Web3 games and understanding cryptocurrency systems by playing Splinterlands. So this is really their first foray into playing a Web3 type game. They came in from another game I cover on the channel and got interested, so they started playing. So they're learning actually about Web3 and cryptocurrencies and how to work with it. And this is kind of a flash forward because this is also kind of an item in the problems list. So the next item is option to earn in-game without injecting an excessive amount of US dollars. Okay, so there's many systems in the game. The two major systems is buying or renting your cards. Okay, just like any other card game you're going to play, the more cards, the higher level cards you have, then the higher level leagues you're going to be able to play in, and so forth. This is nothing new. It applies to all card games. This is in Splinterlands. You can buy a card. Let's go over to the market, and you can go to buy cards, and you can buy a card, and you can say, well, one copy of this card is 17 cents. And then you can go in, you can say, well, you can level up the card, and you can choose to say, for instance, you don't have to buy a max level card. You can buy, say, I want to play at level 6 or something like that, and buy the cards. And these are people selling these cards on the market. This is not the company. This is a secondhand. It's the store. The market is run by the company, but these are actually items, NFTs, that are being sold by actual players. Now, the other way is you can go in and you can rent it. If you get in and you start playing the game and you're like, I don't know if I want to sink that much money into, I don't even know if I like that card. I'd like to test it out. Well, perfect. You can go in and you can rent cards for very little per day. Now, one caveat here with renting, they recently changed the rules, and when you go to rent a card, you have to rent it for a season, which is between 14 and 17 days somewhere. So, but it's still very low cost, especially when you're getting up and running and you need multiple cards, and especially when you don't know about the cards. Hey, am I going to like playing these, etc. And after you buy your spell book, they give you some SPS to use for a month. That's the other one of the main cryptocurrencies within the game, Splinter Shards. The game works on a principle of basically buying cards or renting cards and then having SPS, which is a cryptocurrency, and staking it in game. The more you stake, then the more you can earn off of each win or one match. Okay, what this prevents is people coming in and have put nothing into the game but withdrawing. Okay, so this prevents it keeps the game going, and it gives value to people who actually buy cards and put money into SPS so that they can make more with the game. So I mentioned this because you can get in with very little, and then as you go along and you play your matches and you win your SPS, you can turn around and stake that, and then your pile of SPS, so to speak, just grows over time, and you're just extrapolating out. You're just earning more as you stake more. And finally, the one thing I mention a lot is that the community members I have spoken to so far have all been inviting and happy to help others. I've said it a number of times, and I think the Splinterlands community is one of the best gaming communities out there. And it's one of the reasons why I am still in the game myself as well 4 years later. And it's one of the reasons why I hold a weekly live stream on Saturday morning at 11:30 Eastern time, if you're interested. Every Saturday for the last more than 2 years, we've talked Splinterlands for about an hour. And there's always some interesting discussion going on. If you're new to the game, you can stop by and ask questions. And we're always talking about what's going on that week. So everybody, if I can't answer, there's somebody there that probably can. So I completely agree. The community is a great community. So one of the cool things about owning NFTs in Splinterlands is that you have the option to sell them, or you have the option to trade or rent them out. Okay, so we're looking at a subset of my cards, and let's say, for instance, I was not using this flesh golem. Okay, I can click on it, I can select it, and I have the option up here to list for sale or rent. I can delegate, which that means I can just loan it to you. I can send cards if I want to go ahead and just send you a gift, or we're trading or something like that. But what they're discussing here is the sale or rent. And this is how people make money with the game. It's just like buying and selling stocks. Buy low, sell high. But their issue that they brought up is the fact that when you go ahead and you go into rent or sell the card, there is a very slight price to go ahead and list that card. And this came about because in the past there were bots that were listing in the millions of cards. I don't even know. It's a lot of cards. It was so much that it was becoming a problem. So they had to put a small price on it. So this is a very, very small price to pay to sell or rent for your average person, right? But the point is, it has to be paid in dark energy crystals. And if you're new to the game and you don't know how to get dark energy crystals, or you don't know how to get SPS, that could be a problem. And that leads into the next one. Lack of clarity on how to get SPS DEC in-game. Hard when you aren't used to the Web3 universe. And I've talked about this a number of times, and I all the time talk about it. One of the biggest problems I think that still needs to be overcome with Splinterlands is making it much easier to get cryptocurrency, which is SPS and DEC, into the game. Currently, you have to buy it on another website, and then you have to put it back in, trade it over to the game, send it to the game, okay? And for people that are not used to Web3 type things and dealing with cryptocurrency, this is a problem. Now, in the past, you used to be able to come over to the DEC or SPS page and click on Get DEC, and there used to be a third option, which enabled you to sign up for this service and put your credit card in, and it had to be approved by the bank, but it was very easy, and this varies depending upon where you are in the world. I'm in the United States, but that service has been taken down. Currently, you have to get SPS or DEC with crypto, or if you do have SPS in the game from earning, then you can burn it to turn it into DEC. So you can kind of trade back. That service is no longer available. Now, I did see a news item yesterday that a new service has been brought online where you can go over to the Ramp network and you can go ahead and use US dollars to buy SPS. You cannot buy, let's go ahead and just do a search. You cannot buy DEC as far as I know. I searched for it, I could not find it. So you can buy it. But the fact is I tried it and I couldn't get it to go through. So I don't know what the status of this is right now. But to your point, they are working on it. So it's something that's understood and it's something they're working on. And it's something I completely agree about and I've been talking about for years. One of the biggest hurdles getting new players into the game, especially for people who don't understand moving cryptocurrency around, is acquiring SPS and DEC. And lastly, they make this point, or question rather, says, what are Soulkeep and the land game like? They both seem to have a higher barrier to entry and require more resources before they become truly playable. Now, if you are keen-sighted and happen to see this on the play page, you will see Soulkeep. Now, this is another game that was developed to work with the SPS and DEC tokens, but it is currently, I don't know if you can play it, but the service has been taken down. Castle defense type game. Okay, and the whole idea was buy packs of cards. These cards give you special units or different units to use within the castle defense game, and you can level them up just like in Splinterlands. And it kind of worked on the same kind of idea that you needed to level them up and have SPS staked to be able to earn out of the game. Well, just keeping long story short, it's inactive currently. It was sold off to or passed off to a third party to run. There were problems with it, so it's turned off currently. I don't know, and there's no word out on what the future of that is. But currently, there's a lot of people that bought a lot of these packs, and they're just really not good for anything. So that's Soulkeep. Now, land, I can speak a little bit more on because I am a player in the land game. Let's go to all. Now, you're right in the fact that this generally takes a little bit more money and resources to get into, but it's a land resource. What do I want to say? Buying, selling, trading type game that's being developed. It's still in development. It's been in development for years, where you buy plots of land, and each type of plot of land can produce something different, like grain or wood or iron, things of this nature. And going forward in the game, you can look in the white paper, but there are items that are going to be produced with these materials that can be used in the card game. Now, currently, we have one thing we can create out of these, other than buy, sell, and trading the goods, the resources. You can make, you can mine aura, and then you can make midnight potions, which midnight potions are used to double your chance of getting a black foil in a Conclave Arcana pack. So the whole idea behind land is buying a piece of property and then staking your cards on it. Each land can have up to 5 cards staked on it. And I'm not going to get into real deep here, but you're right. It is a little bit more in depth. It is for people. It's not out of a new player's reach. It's just I would do a little bit of homework on it before you jumped into it, because there's different things you have to accomplish. Like I said, you have to have the land, you have to have the cards put on it, you have to have DEC staked on the land, and there's a number of other things that I have other videos on this channel about. But I like that type of game, and the resource trading game. Let's just give you an idea. Go into production, you can see that just for instance, one region, this region I have 5 plots of land. 3 of them are rivers and 2 of them are forests. They're all rare. 3 of them are producing grain, 2 of them wood. And what happens is I come back and I harvest these about once a week. I sell a certain amount of my materials to make DEC on the market, and then I can trade, or I can send it over to my other land where I have other things going on, such as producing aura and midnight potions. So it gets kind of deep, and it's increasingly becoming more built out. It's one of those things that's slowly going over time. So you're right. It's not necessarily easy to grasp for a new player, but it's sitting there, and if you want to do a little research, it's ripe for jumping in. Okay, I'm going to end this with something, showing you something as a newer player that isn't really evident. It is, to me, it's not hidden, but doesn't jump out at you. And that is this little Academy book right up here in the right. If you click on that, that opens up some basically tips. That tells you about a number of things about playing the game, and your seasons, how to play in different ranks, how to rank up in the leagues, how to earn and spend glint, and a number of other things that they are. This is one of those things that's still in the works, right? But it's come a long way. But you can use that and look at the Academy. And then also I'll point out this little button down here to the right. If you click on here and you have a problem and you need to submit a support ticket, this is where you do it. So this has been Bronze Dragon. I hope this has been interesting and helpful. Leave in the comments what you think of the game if you've been playing for a month or two, and what you think of it. And once again, if you want to get up and running in the game, go ahead and use my ambassador code in the show notes. Otherwise, I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy. And hey, I'll see you in Splinterlands.